What if I told you that some animals may sense danger long before humans do? Before an earthquake strikes, before a tsunami crashes into shore, before a volcanic eruption darkens the sky, certain animals start acting strangely. Dogs panic. Birds disappear. Elephants run for higher ground. Even fish and snakes seem to know when something terrible is coming. Coincidence? Instinct? Or something far more fascinating? Today, we're counting down 5 animals that seem able to predict natural disasters before they happen. And the evidence behind some of these stories is so strange that even scientists have had to pay attention. Watch until the end, because number 1 may be the most shocking of all. Welcome back to the channel. If you love mysterious facts, unbelievable animal behavior, and strange true stories from nature, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's begin. 5. Birds. Birds are often the first animals people notice acting differently before a disaster. In several reported cases before earthquakes and storms, birds have suddenly stopped singing, abandoned their nests, or flown away from an area for no obvious reason. That may sound simple, but when entire groups of birds vanish at once, people start paying attention. One reason may be that birds are extremely sensitive to changes in air pressure, vibrations, and shifts in the atmosphere. This helps them survive in the wild, but it may also mean they can detect warning signs humans completely miss. There have been stories from different parts of the world of birds becoming restless shortly before earthquakes. Some fly in confused patterns. Others leave the area entirely. Before major storms, seabirds have also been known to change direction or avoid coastlines. Scientists believe birds may be reacting to subtle environmental changes like low-frequency sounds, pressure differences, or even electrical changes in the air. So are birds predicting the future? Not exactly. But they may be doing something just as impressive, detecting tiny signs of danger long before humans realize what's coming. Detecting tiny signs of danger long before humans realize what's coming. Visual ideas. Flock of birds suddenly taking off. Empty nests. Seabirds over rough coastlines. Storm clouds forming. Slow zoom on silent forest. 4. Snakes. Snakes may be one of the creepiest examples on this list. There have been reports that snakes sometimes leave their underground burrows before earthquakes, even in cold weather when they would normally stay hidden. In some cases, people notice snakes appearing out in the open days before a quake hit. Why would that happen? One theory is that snakes are highly sensitive to vibrations in the ground. Since they live so close to the earth and feel movement through their bodies, they might detect early seismic activity before humans ever notice it. Another idea is that chemical changes underground, released before an earthquake, may disturb them enough to flee. Imagine seeing snakes suddenly crawling out into the open for no clear reason. Most people would think it's random. But if an earthquake follows soon after, that strange moment suddenly becomes unforgettable. Of course, not every snake appearance means a disaster is coming. But their behavior has fascinated researchers for years because it suggests that some animals may sense underground changes in a way humans still do not fully understand. Visual ideas. Snake emerging from cracked ground. Empty underground burrow. Subtle earthquake animation. Villagers noticing unusual snake movement. Dramatic ground vibration effect. 3. Fish. Fish may live underwater, but that doesn't mean they're cut off from danger. In fact, some fish may respond to changes in the environment faster than people on land. There have been strange accounts of fish behaving unusually before earthquakes and tsunamis. Some species have been seen jumping more than normal, swimming erratically, or suddenly moving into unusual areas. Deep-sea fish washing up near shore has also sparked public curiosity for years. Whenever rare fish appear in places they normally avoid, people often wonder, is nature trying to warn us? Scientists are cautious about these claims, because unusual fish behavior can happen for many reasons. But some researchers think fish may detect changes in water pressure, underwater vibrations, or chemical changes before a major event. And when it comes to tsunamis, water itself begins changing before humans can visually recognize the threat. Animals living in or near that water may notice the disturbance first. What makes fish so fascinating is that their warning signs are easy to miss. Until disaster strikes, and people look back and realize the clues may have been there all along. Visual ideas. Fish swimming erratically. Underwater pressure wave animation. Rare deep-sea fish near shore. Calm ocean turning strange. Tsunami wave foreshadowing. 2. Dogs. If there's one animal humans trust most, it's probably dogs. For centuries, people have reported that dogs act terrified, restless, or unusually aggressive before earthquakes, storms, and other natural disasters. Some bark non-stop. Some refuse to enter buildings. Others try to run away, hide, or cling tightly to their owners. Dogs experience the world through senses far more powerful than our own. Their hearing is sharper. Their sense of smell is incredibly advanced. And their ability to notice subtle environmental changes may explain why they sometimes react before people know anything is wrong. It's possible that dogs detect tiny vibrations, shifts in the air, changes in sound frequencies, or even stress signals from the environment itself. There are many stories of families who ignored their dog's strange behavior, only to experience an earthquake or violent weather soon after. That's why dogs are often at the center of this mystery. They live close to humans, which means when they start acting strangely, people notice immediately. Can dogs truly predict a natural disaster? Science hasn't proven that in a perfect way. But there is enough unusual behavior reported over and over again to keep the question alive. And honestly, if your dog suddenly panics for no reason at all, you'd probably start paying attention too. Visual ideas. Dog barking at night. Dog pacing nervously. Family noticing strange behavior. Close-up of ears reacting to sound. House lightly shaking after tension build-up. 1. Elephants. Elephants may be the most famous disaster-sensing animals of all. One of the most talked about examples came during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. In several reports, elephants and other animals were said to have moved to higher ground before the tsunami waves arrived. Some elephants reportedly became agitated, refused commands, and fled inland. That caught global attention. Why? Because a tsunami can travel silently across the ocean before crashing ashore. Humans may not realize the danger until it is too late. But elephants may detect low-frequency sounds or ground vibrations from very far away. Elephants communicate using infrasound, which is sound at frequencies too low for humans to hear. Since they already rely on this ability, scientists think they may also be especially good at sensing distant vibrations from storms, earthquakes, or massive ocean disturbances. Their feet may even help them detect vibrations traveling through the ground. Think about that for a second. An animal so tuned into the earth that it may sense catastrophe before people even know there's a threat. Whether every story is perfectly proven or not, elephants remain one of the strongest examples of how nature may be warning itself long before humans catch up. Visual ideas. Elephants walking fast inland. Tsunami shoreline before wave arrival. Low-frequency sound wave graphics. Elephant herd reacting nervously. Aerial shot of animals moving away from coast. So, can animals really predict the future? Maybe not in the supernatural way people imagine. But what they can do may be even more incredible. They may detect vibrations, pressure shifts, sound frequencies, and environmental changes so subtle that humans don't notice them until it's too late. Birds vanish. Snakes flee. Fish act strangely. Dogs panic. Elephants run for safety. And when these patterns repeat again and again, it raises a powerful question. Have animals been warning us all along? If you enjoyed this video, comment below. Which animal shocked you the most? And would you trust an animal's instincts before a disaster? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating facts and mysterious true stories. See you in the next video.